that a Mercedes? That is a Mercedes. That's a Mercedes-Benz right out. ASMR right now, Jackie. ASMR. As heard in Duran's lives occasionally. ASMR. Oh, there's a sparrow. Hi, sparrow. Oh, there's Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Hello, Karen. I'm quite popular in Castillo's lives. They love Tim. How you doing, Crystal? Yeah, I'm plagiarizing all of Castillo's beautiful followers because they are funny people. Yeah, I've heard some of how popular I am. In fact, I really enjoy all the love coming from Castillo's lives. Shh, we have ASMR happening. I caught a little bit of Castillo's live where they were talking about me yesterday. Yeah, it sounds like I'm quite the entertainer. It sounds like I'm sounds like I'm missed. I had a lot of fun yesterday with Castillo and Tony. I like Tony and Castillo. Those two seem to be pretty good buddies. Together, I think we're called the Three Stooges now. When Castillo, Tony, and Tim do a live, we are now known as Larry, Mo, Larry, and Curly. I'm Larry. I like that I'm Larry. Oh, awesome, Nikki. Tony's a good guy, Nikki. And he's really good to watch because he's more pragmatic and professional and well-versed. It's funny. Hello, Patty. But we all love Tony. I prefer the Three Amigos too. You know what? We're changing it to the Three Amigos. So who do we have there? I want to be the Steve Martin of the Three Amigos. I prefer the Three Amigos. I'm Steve Martin. We like you because you get the tea. Thank you, Jenna. Larry, Curly, and Mo is good. We all have a job to do in the Three Amigos, actually. Hold on, ASMR. Listening. He's having a hard time flipping this car, you guys. It's not going well. That is a really beautiful sound it makes when they're flipping the car, though. There might be too much traffic noise in front of the flip noise. It's beautiful because we all do kind of have our own little role when we're together. I did enjoy that, you know. You're the amigo that falls down and loses things all the time. That's true. That's true. Oh my God, that sounded so fucking good. It is ASMR. That sounded so good. Shannon's right. I'm like, dude, where's my car of the group? That's right, Shannon. And, you know, Tony's the pragmatic professional. Castillo's laughs a lot. And Castillo sends me in to get the tea. He doesn't even send me in. I just I report back to Castillo. Proof was in the pudding yesterday. Those two were clowning me. I drove down to the scene. I showed them how to get on the train tracks illegally. We had an amazing live. Literally, if the guy who was threatening that he had BOMBs on the scene yesterday, Castillo, Tony, and I would all be planning for our funerals. You guys would all be planning for coming to our funeral next week. Because we, like Larry, Curly, and Mo, stood right at the van where we should not have been standing. But you know what? The streamers got to do what a streamer's got to do. And the truth is, I like their moxie. Anybody who's willing to scale a train and a fence and razor wire with me to go stand next to the BOMB car is okay in my book. So those guys earn their street cred with me. The best two parts were me asking the cop if he was giving me a lawful order and him answering truthfully when he said, I have no idea. And when we were leaving the front of the parking lot and we ran into all the other media who couldn't see anything after we were just standing literally almost on the bus, and they were there for the whole 3 hours and didn't get a single shot because they don't know the way of the shadow. But you know what? Tony and Castillo do. This is a Mercedes, and he's not, I don't know if he's struggling to flip it over or not. He's got it halfway done. The second part was definitely ASMR. To be honest with you guys, I'm just on my way back through the valley, so there's no other streamers here that I can see. I don't know. It's not a big deal, I don't guess. But when I see the police and the parking cones, I check it out. I got out and I walked about 50 feet and I saw this car on its top. I have no idea what happened. This is why we love Tony. He could tell us everything happening because we'd be hearing the police banter on the radio. I see that van on top of that truck is smashed up. So should we assume that the van collided with the car? Is that, or what do we think happened here? Geez, I don't even know. But the front of that van is smashed. Oh, that semi is leaving. Huh. Well, who the hell knows? There is great contrast between a $100,000 Mercedes in a dollar store or a Dollar Tree. Do you think he was headed to Dollar Tree because of all that money he spent on the Mercedes, or what are we thinking here? Did it fall off the other truck? That's a good question. Awesome. That sounded good too. I have zero idea what happened, you guys. I just thought I'd stop for the ASMR since I'm right here. Why not? And I don't know. Hello, Mel. Tammy, there was some good ASMR here. You guys, unlike Tony chasing trouble, I have absolutely no idea what's going on. That's why we work good together, you know? I just saw a Mercedes on its roof, you know? That's all I can tell you. I'm just trying to get through the valley, you guys. This is the problem with LA. 80% of traffic accidents you see me at are just in front of me. They're in my way, you know? I'll go look at one if it's severe and I see it like on the apps. Like, you guys remember that chick who cut her car in half down on Imperial Highway? I saw that on Citizens app, drove down to check it out. And that was worth the drive, actually. That was worth the drive. That was nasty. She cut her car in half on a light pole. That was nasty. There's an app for that? Are you asking me, Karina? Karina, do you have the Citizen app? I don't use a police scanner like, like Duran and Tony and Castillo and all those guys have police scanners. I don't, that's not, I do enjoy running around and looking at crime because I enjoy it. So I do lives of things I enjoy. So I probably should have a police scanner. But the good ones are like $500 and I just don't feel like spending that. But Citizen app, they'll pretty much tell you everything that's happening anyway, if you have Citizen app. There is an app for police scanners, and I've tried it on the phone, but I don't know why it's not clear, but the signal is too distorted. This accident would have been, we were in Mercedes, and I would have been like, well, fuck, I don't know what they just said. So that's the problem with the app technology. There's a couple. I've tried a couple. Hello, Tim. Or did I just say hello to myself? Oh no, that's in the TikTok. And Shadow. Why are there people with my name in my chat? Who is Tim and who is Shadow? Shadow is my name. Shadow. We are on YouTube and TikTok. Oh, but look at that. Andrea Jersey 007 Shad. Thank you for the subscriptions, by the way. Trying to get back to people who subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I will send you guys a love letter when I get a moment. I'll have my cat send you guys a piece of confetti cake or something. Andrea, I'm good. How are you doing? How are you? The Citizen app, I'm on both my phones, but the Citizen app, the logo, it's black with like a white C, font of a white colored letter C on it. Citizen app. It's a kick-ass app. Oh, thank you, precious dreamer. Thank you so much. Hello, Pink Kitten. Thank you for the subscription, Pink Kitten, by the way. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. I've been really running around. Daisy's doing great. She pulled her cast off again, and against doctor's orders, I'm letting her live with the cast off her foot. I hope that doesn't become a problem. But I figure 8 days with that cast, she's had it, I wake up and I woke up one day and it was off her right foot and it was on her back foot. And I was like, hold on. I thought I was dreaming. I was like, okay, you take it off your right foot. How in the fuck did you put it on your back foot? I mean, I was literally in a state of confusion. And then I went to take it off her back foot, and it wasn't actually on her back foot. It just appeared to be on her back foot. However, she was laying and had pulled it off. It looked like it was on her back foot, which was funny. So what happened is I left it off, and now she's just sitting there with all her fingers cut off. She looks like Tom Dempsey, the kicker for the New Orleans Saints, who used to have the record. Do you guys remember the kicker for the New Orleans Saints? He used to hold the record for the longest field goal of 63 yards. He held that record for decades before modern day soccer kickers started playing in the NFL and finally broke that record about 10 years ago. Now they're kicking 64-yarders regularly. But Tom Dempsey had half of a foot. He had half of a right foot. So the front of his right foot was just a flat surface. And he had a special shoe. And back then, kickers kicked straight on. Oh, there's Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Mrs. Daisy. Anyway, that's what Daisy's foot looks like. Daisy's foot, what's she gonna do, bite her fingers off? That's funny. I don't know why Karina's not doing stand-up comedy at this point, you know? I don't know why you're not doing some open mics and just doing crowd work. Yeah, Stubby, JMP, Saints, 63 yards, and he kicked that straight on. So they didn't do, you know how they back up and move over a couple feet? Back in the day, kickers just ran right straight up on the ball and kicked it. You guys, back in the day, fucking guys like Danny White for the fucking Cowboys, Danny White was the quarterback and the punter. And I think possibly the kicker, I can't remember. I know he was the punter and the quarterback. Also, but see how fast I have ADD, or no, ADH. What do I have, you guys? What do I have? ADHD? Attention deficit disorder? How do you say that? Anyway, we were talking about Daisy's foot. It looks like Tom Dempsey's foot. And I'm not making her put the cast on. I'm waiting until Friday to take her back to the doctor because they're charging me almost $50 to put a new bandage on her foot every time I go. I've done that 3 times. I'm gonna go into fucking debt just getting the bandage replaced. So, yeah, I have HD TV, you guys. I have HD TV. You guys, can I tell you, I did order 1 month of Netflix for $7.99 so I could watch Happy Gilmore. God, I want to do a review on it, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Anyway, you know, the original is one of my all-time favorites. But Daisy will go to the doctor Friday because I don't want them. If I take her tomorrow, they'll just put a bandage on it. But by Friday, I think her stitches can officially come out after 12 days, and today is day 12. That's today. But I think we should give it an extra 3 days to heal. So I'll take her in Friday and have them pull the stitches to avoid another $50 Band-Aid. She can't really move around. The reason the bandage and shit's on there mostly is because cats stomp around and fuck the wound up. But she can't move, so she's just laying there anyway. She can't really damage her foot. Oh shit. How do I remove that sticker, you guys? This is how bad I am at this. I don't even know how. Drag here to delete. Oh, I see. Drag here to delete. Well, it's not that complicated now, is it? I got a police standoff sticker on my phone. I am, you know what? I should be deducted points for that. You know what I mean? Somebody should deduct points for this. Hello, Alex. Driver was freebasing. Bro, you sound like an NFL announcer, says Dixie Buffs. Yeah, I hear you. I would love to be an NFL announcer. You know what I'm saying? There's a documentary coming out on Netflix called The Underdog about Dan Marino. The greatest thing about Dan Marino is at this point in the game of calling people the GOAT and the greatest and all this shit, Dan Marino is slowly creeping back up into being considered the GOAT or in the GOAT conversation with only 1 or 2 other guys. The fact that more people are calling Dan Marino the GOAT these days than Tom Brady warms my heart, because there's never been another human being on the planet Earth that could do what Dan Marino fucking did. That dude was the greatest of all time. Ethan Rose, his acting was terrible in that movie, but you know what? The fact that that movie based the plot around the 1984 championship, AFC champion Miami Dolphins, is pretty cool. They changed the storyline a little, but how awesome is that? That's so awesome. Finkel and Einhorn, all that. Because the thing with football is you got 50 guys on a team. The thing with basketball is you got 5 guys on a team. So you can debate between Jordan and whoever you want. Jordan's the GOAT. I don't care what your argument is. Jordan's the GOAT. I love LeBron too. I like Ray. And Luka's my guy too. But check it out. You can debate Jordan versus LeBron, 4 championships, 6 championships, Kobe's 5, because there's only 5 guys. They play 20% to 25% is their factor percentage into whether the team wins or not. On a football team, Dan Marino used to go to Buffalo and lose games like 38 to 37 in snow blizzards. You know what I mean? The games he was losing weren't his fault. The Buffalo Bills were a solid team. You guys don't even know this. Don Shula let Tom Olivadotti remain the defensive coordinator on that team for the whole 20 years. Oh, you're good. Yeah, you're good. The whole 20 years here's some information. I'm going to drop some information right now. Tom Olivadotti, one of the worst defensive coordinators in the history of NFL. Don Shula is the GOAT of all coaches, but he allowed Tom to be the defensive coordinator the entire Marino career. You know why? Because it was mob affiliated. You guys understand that Don Shula and Tom were mob guys, right? And if you don't, you got a lot to learn. Those were mob guys. Look at all the restaurants that Don Shula had in Miami and shit. Don Shula was a mob guy. He won all his Super Bowls in the early 70s and shit. When Don Shula won the fucking Super Bowl 7 at the Coliseum right here in Los Angeles in 1971, do you know that they only threw the ball 7 times? Let that sink in, football fans. When the Miami Dolphins and Larry Zonka, who ran for 200 and some yards, beat the fucking Washington Redskins 14-7 to be and still remain the only undefeated team in NFL history, they only had 7 pass attempts in that game. And remember that year they lost their starting quarterback in like week 7 and lost him for the whole season, brought their starting quarterback for that Super Bowl. And Don Shula won it all. Don Shula, 20 some years later, ends up coaching the greatest quarterback of all time, Dan Marino, and had the first quarterback to have 40 completions in a game. I don't understand that. I don't know why they named the documentary The Underdog about Dan Marino. Castillo just said, "Hey Tim, were you able to buy your bus back? You son of a bee. You son of a bee." Can I say the B word on TikTok? Don't you fucking make fun of my bus, number one. All right? Don't you dare make fun of my bus. But in the YouTube chat, yeah, I don't know why they're calling Dan Marino the underdog. The reason Dan Marino slipped to the 6th quarterback taken in that draft was because he was using the white substances. You understand, you guys? He was using the white powder. I see you guys roasting me some more over here on TikTok. You're lucky I'm busy in my YouTube chat. Anyway, you guys, they flipped this car over, and it's been a lot of fun. And I have to go get my fucking school bus out of impound that they took yesterday. This guy stole it from me. They released me. I was a catch and release, you guys. Nothing like a bunch of illegal mini bikes driving by 4, 5, 6, 7 cops. You guys, we live in a lawless town, and honestly, it's why I love it. We live in a lawless city. Castillo said it was the short bus. No, I think you misheard him, Susie. Castillo said he used to ride the short bus. You misheard him. Castillo said, I used to ride the... Castillo said, no, I used to ride the short bus going to school, is what Castillo said. He showed me a picture. He was showing me some pictures when he was a kid. And there was one of him getting off that little yellow short bus. Ah, shit. You guys, it's too hot out to be doing this shit. You guys understand that, right? We have to go straight night lives starting tomorrow. So I want to ask all of the criminals and all of the bad drivers and all the knuckleheads in LA to please fucking sleep through the day, would you? And go do your bullshit at night, because it's too hot to be fucking around out here. We are the three amigos. We are Larry, Mo, and Curly. And I'm Larry. Castillo is Mo. Tony is Curly. And then with the three amigos, I'm Steve Martin. And I forget who the other two guys are. Who is it? Steve Martin, and who are the other two guys? And my other brother, Larry and Daryl. Can I say the B word proceeds drop the F-bomb? What'd I do to my car? I spilled some coffee. Oh, I got a violation for hate speech. I don't know what I said, you guys, but I'm leaving anyway. Tell Castillo to come over here and borrow me some money so I can get my short bus out. But you guys give us a follow on TikTok. What's up, YouTube? How did I get a hate speech violation on TikTok just now? I fucking hate TikTok. I just shut my TikTok off. And let me just say this to YouTube. Fuck TikTok, man. You know what I mean? Fuck TikTok. I just got a violation for hate speech? What the fuck did I say that was hateful? You want to hear me get hateful, come over to my YouTube channel. You'll hear some fucking real hate. The fuck is that? Oh yeah, Martin Short. Is Chevy Chase the other guy? Wait, I'm Chevy Chase. Hold on, I'm Chevy Chase. I'm the Chevy Chase. Tis, what could even, is that what they probably construed? That's a big word for me, construed. Did they construe that was hate speech? I didn't even do hate speech. Anyway, it was just a warning, so it's not like I lost access to live. Okay, yeah, Chevy Chase, Martin Short, and it's raining gringos. That's hilarious. We should be called like Castillo and Dos Gringos. We should be called like Castillo and Dos Gringos. We should be called Castillo and Dos Guys. And Dos Gringo guys. We should be called the Short Bus Amigos. We should definitely be the Trace. What could we be? I'm going to come up with a great name for us. We need our own moniker. Dave R. wants to know if I'm going to talk and complain like a bitch or talk about cars, my guy. I do have something to say to you, Dave. Let's have a conversation right now. I fucking hate people who use the term my guy. You sound like a douche when you say, hey, listen up, my guy. It's old, it's played out. People who say, hey, what's up, my guy, they sound stupid at this point. You sound fucking stupid when you say that. Okay? It's like saying low key. Low key and my guy, I'm old, dude, and even I can tell that those two fucking terms are worn out. That's for like the next generation who hasn't even been born to come make fun of. But let me continue to talking to my guy. Am I going to talk about cars? What is this, a fucking car show, Dave? Huh? Where does it say this is a fucking car show, dude? You're looking at a Mercedes-Benz that just fucking crashed. What do you want me to tell you? The fucking windshield's broken? Buddy, you're the only one. I'm keeping it PG. I'm off TikTok, bro. PG left the building, brother. What are you talking about? We're rated fucking XXX now, boy. You wanted some, bro. You're the one who wanted some, bro. LT man said, yo, Tim, sup, my guy. Listen, I know a lot of you guys still say my guy, but I'm just telling you, from someone who is way cooler than you are, it's not a good look anymore. When you say, "What's up, my guy?" Have you guys seen the TikTok where the guy just says it the whole time? Listen, my guy, and hey, my guy, and this, my guy, and hey, the guy. I'd rather have you say like my dude. My dude actually sounds kind of cool. I like that. You ain't about that life, old guy, says Dave R. Okay, Dave R. Anything else you want to know, Dave R? If you were in the TikTok, I'd bring you up. Can we have a guest interaction on YouTube? I would invite you up, Dave R. Hellboy says I sound like a cookie cutter, you guys. Maybe zoom in on it? The whole goddamn situation's over. Have you guys been paying attention? Huh? What do you want to zoom in on? The police? He sounds like those old bitter guys. No, Dave, those are boomers. Dave, those are boomers. I belong to the greatest generation ever. It's called Gen X. You're probably a Gen Z, which means you still having your mommy wipe your ass. You know what I'm saying? Didn't you say you were 21? So what does it smell like in your mom's basement, Dave? Honestly, I'm curious. Anyway, you guys, to all my cool people, peace and love to you. I'm gonna go see if my car got broke into. And I'm already off of TikTok and shit. We just want to say this to Dave R before we go. He sounds like those. Oh, we already saw that, Dave. You got another original thought? Tim on beast mode. I'm not in the mood to be in beast mode, you guys. But we do know that Gen Z Dave does have his mom wiping his ass and making his hamburger helper tonight. He's probably playing an Atari 2600. But Dave, make sure you subscribe, bud. Because when it's not hot out and I have more time, I'd love to roast you some more, buddy. I just don't have time for you right now. But your mommy will take care of you for the rest of the day, Dave. I'll talk to you guys soon.